a memorial to victims vandalized, and it isn't the first time. U.S. and Russia relations
to make it clear to Russia that this aggression will not be accepted, will not be tolerated, will not stand.
The morning before a meeting with Moscow. Plus, a crazy ending to the Dolphins game.
Myers, little pitch play back, and it's taken for the Miami touchdown.
Not playing for the playoffs, but for pride. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. Thank you so much for making us a part of your morning. Hope you had a great holiday season. I'm Christopher Gomez.
And I'm Zitlali Salache. Today is January 10th, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Adding insult to injury for the families of a hit and run in West Miami-Dade. 1 year ago, 4 young Miami residents died in a car accident allegedly caused by an intoxicated driver.
As the network's Lianis Polanco reports, today a teenager accused of killing them while intoxicated remains in jail, and a memorial to them remains despite being vandalized.
It's been more than a year since 4 people were killed in a violent car crash in which a 16-year-old was driving 111 miles per hour. On New Year's Day of 2021, Julia Medina, an FIU student, her boyfriend Christian Mohif, and friends Andres Zacharias and Jensel Salazar died in a car accident caused by an intoxicated driver. Julia's car was hit by Alex Garcia, who was driving at 111 miles per hour along West Flagler Street with alcohol and marijuana in his system. Garcia was charged with 4 counts of vehicular homicide, 4 counts of DUI manslaughter, and 2 counts of DUI serious injury. Garcia has been incarcerated without bond for nearly a year and is being tried as an adult. During this time, the memorial dedicated to the victims of the accident has been vandalized several times. A new video of an individual defacing the memorial was recently posted on Reddit and has gained thousands of views. Garcia's lawyer Brian Kirlew stated in an email that the vandalization of the memorial has nothing to do with Garcia. Despite the vandalization, the memorial remains standing with friends and family repainting it every time it gets Greek. From the memorial at the intersection of West Flagler Street and 79 Southwest Avenue, where the accident happened, this is Lianis Polanco for South Florida Media Network.
Breaking news right now, the Miami Dolphins have reportedly fired their head coach Brian Flores. The report coming from ESPN's NFL insider Adam Schefter. Brian Flores just led the Dolphins to a victory over the New England Patriots and a second straight winning season. But the team also failed to make the playoffs. We'll have more throughout the week on SFMN Newsbreak. And today, families are mourning the dozens of lives lost after a major fire in New York's Bronx borough. Fire and smoke making it difficult for victims to escape a building, killing 19 people and leaving 63 others injured. Most of the residents were immigrants from the West Coast African nation of Gambia, and about half of the victims were children.
This is truly a tragedy, not only for the Bronx, our city. This is going to be one of the worst fires in our history.
The fire was reportedly caused by a malfunctioning space heater that ignited the bedroom of an apartment that was left open, allowing the smoke to quickly spread through the building. About 200 members of the New York City Fire Department helped fighting the flames at the 19-story building.
High-level diplomatic talks are happening today between the White House and Moscow. The Biden White House says the Kremlin is facing 2 options.
There's a path of dialogue and diplomacy to try to resolve some of these differences and avoid a confrontation. The other path is confrontation and massive consequences for Russia if it renews its aggression on Ukraine.
President Joe Biden, who spoke to President Vladimir Putin before the new year for nearly an hour, has vowed to take severe action against Russia's economy if the country further invades Ukraine.
Not only are we standing up, but we have rallied countries, not just in Europe, but indeed beyond, to make it clear to Russia that this aggression will not be accepted, will not be tolerated, will not stand.
The White House's stand towards Russia is getting support from the GOP.
As long as the administration is moving forward and they are very clear to Mr. Putin that his antics are not going to be rewarded, then we're going to be very supportive of the administration. If additional sanctions have to be imposed to send that message, that would be appropriate.
As for the talks, the White House admits expectations are low.
It's hard to see making actual progress, as opposed to talking, in an atmosphere of escalation with a gun to Ukraine's head. So if we're actually going to make progress, we're going to have to see de-escalation.
Russia's deputy foreign minister told Russian state news agency RIA Novosti that Russia is, quote, disappointed by the signals that have been heard from Washington in the recent days.
Beloved stand-up comedian and actor Bob Saget has passed away at the age of 65. Overnight fans of his shows Full House and Fuller House showed up outside the home in San Francisco used in the outside shots of the shows. Saget was found dead in an Orlando hotel room where he was scheduled to perform a stand-up comedy show.
Students are back to school as the Omicron variant spreads rapidly throughout the United States. States across the nation are seeing a high record of new COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations, specifically among children under 5 years old. The Biden administration said last week that it plans to make up to 500 million rapid COVID tests available to Americans for free starting this month.
And the moment Zoo Miami has been waiting for happened over the holidays.
That's still ahead, and so is this story. And a group in Florida bringing a whole new meaning to street hockey. Don't go away, Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Whether it be sports, music, or art, we're all good at different things. But when it comes to texting and driving, no one's good at that.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
A vehicle that took 6 months to put together, and it's part truck, part Zamboni. A Tampa Bay Lightning fan wants to give back to the community using a hockey Zamboni he built.
When Mark Farrell retired from his engineering firm, he wanted to find a way to give back, and then the idea for his creation popped into his head. He cut off the back of a van and combined it with a real Zamboni.
Driving around is so fun. We drive it around. We've got a great stereo on this thing. We play music at nighttime. It lights up. Got a big horn, like a lightning goal horn on it. And people sit in it and see it and wave at us. And it's just, you know, it's one of those things where you drive down the street and people just smile.
This thing is street legal, so his steering wheel is just for show. Mark says all the donations he collects on those rides will go to charity.
And some good news to close us off. Zookeepers in Miami are celebrating the new year with a new addition. Bald Eagles Ron and Rita hatched their third chick on Thursday after 2 others hatched right after New Year's. 3 eaglets are a rare surprise because they are often aggressive towards one another. The Eagles were part of a joint rescue effort by the wildlife rescue community and Ron McGill Conservation Endowment.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Christopher Gomez. Real quick before you go, just to celebrate, today is 1 year of Newsbreak. We finally hit it, ladies and gentlemen. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu. Take care.